Good morning, everyone. There is a subtopic in the first unit, that is Indian securities market. Today, we will be briefly covering this topic. The first unit is on investment environment. So, let's quickly revise what is investment environment. This we did in class also. Investment environment is nothing but all types of investment opportunities and the market structure, entire mechanism which is available in the economy that facilitates buying and selling of the investments, right? So different types of securities, institutions, market intermediaries, regulators which are there in the economy, these all are constituents of the investment environment. Broadly, we can say financial system of the economy, it provides investment environment to the investors. So we can say investment decision making process, it takes place in financial system of the economy, and this system, it provides investment environment to the investors. Now, what is financial system? Financial system is nothing but the network of financial institutions, financial markets, financial intermediaries, financial instruments, and financial services which is prevalent in the economy. The main function of the financial system is to facilitate movement of funds from investors to the users, right? Investors are the persons who have surplus money. Users are the persons or institutions who have deficit money, who need money in the market. So financial system of the economy, it establishes a link between savers or investors and the users. So movement of funds from investors to investors, it is facilitated by the financial system. From investors' point of view, they have surplus money, so it provides investment avenues to them. That is different types of financial assets or other assets. These are provided where I can put my surplus money, where I can invest my surplus money. And from users point of view, it helps in raising funds which is required by the users. Who are users who need money? These may be business organizations, these may be individuals, institutions, government. So anybody may need money. Whenever you require money, you go to banks, you go to financial institutions, you go to stock market. So different ways are there to raise money. So financial system, it facilitates fund mobilization by the users. It helps in risk transformation by diversification. Whenever I am investing, risk is there. Number of avenues are available. Through diversification, risk can be transformed into efficient optimum return. This facility is provided by financial efficient financial system. Financial system includes financial markets. If efficient financial markets are there, then it increases liquidity of the financial claims. Stock exchanges there, financial markets are there, where already issued financial assets can be traded. So financial system enhances liquidity of the financial claims, and this way it motivates investors to invest more and more money. You know that your money will not be blocked, right? So if before maturity you want your money back, you can go to the stock exchange, you can get back your money there. It enhances liquidity of the financial claims, and it provides price discovery mechanism. Again, in the financial markets, buyers and sellers, they are there, and through forces of demand and supply, prices of financial assets, these are determined, right? So these are broadly the functions of the financial system. You can see the financial system overview of the financial system. On one end, investors are there, and on other end, users are there. And these are various other components of the financial system. Financial institutions, banking and non-banking, they are there. Financial markets like money market, capital market, primary market, secondary market, equity market, debt market, these are there. So full network of financial markets, it is there in the financial system. various financial intermediaries which provide different services to the investors and users. They are part of the financial system, like merchant bankers are there, underwriters, credit rating agencies, these are there, various banks, they are there, brokers, sub brokers, all these are service providers in the financial system. Regulators like SEBI, RBI, they regulate the financial system. They see that problems are not there in the financial system. And then various financial assets where investors can put money, and through these financial assets users can raise money from the financial system. So broadly, this is the overview of financial system. Different components of the financial system we have already done: financial institutions, banking and non-banking. Financial markets are there, financial service providers, financial assets, regulators, and then investors and users. If question comes on, short note comes on components of financial system, then these are to be explained. And if question comes on participants in the financial system, then participants are various institutions, service providers, regulators, investors, and users. These are participants in the financial system. So, depending upon the question, you can answer. One important part of the financial system is financial markets. Financial markets are the markets, like commodity market is there where commodities are traded in financial markets. Financial assets are created and exchanged. So it is a network of structural facilities for transfer of funds between buyers and sellers of the financial assets, right? Security market is the part of broad financial market. So exactly the topic given is Indian security market. Security market is the component of wider financial market, and it includes equity, debt, and derivative market. See the structure of Indian securities market. Broadly, you can classify market into money market and capital market. We have done the difference. Money market where short-term instruments like treasury bills, commercial papers, CDs, repos, these are traded. Capital market where long-term instruments having maturity of more than 1 year, like equity shares, preference shares, debentures, these are traded. Again, capital market can be classified into primary and secondary market. This categorization is not there in money market. In capital market, primary and secondary market is there. Primary market is nothing but new issue market where securities are issued for the first time. Secondary market is nothing but your stock exchange where already issued securities are traded. See, basic purpose of primary market is mobilization of funds. And secondary market, it provides liquidity to already issued financial assets. So in primary market, debt and equity instruments, these can be issued by companies to raise money from the public. In secondary market, three classification we have done: equity and debt already issued, these are traded, and then derivatives can be created on already issued financial assets, right? So futures and options, these derivatives we have already done in derivative chapter. Derivatives are only secondary market instruments because these are created on already issued assets, right? So in secondary market, equity, debt, and derivative market, it is there. Now coming to stock exchanges, that is secondary market, it is represented by stock exchanges operating in the country. In stock exchanges, only listed securities can be traded. So whenever a company is raising money, at that time itself, company makes an application with stock exchange for listing. If it meets the criteria, then listing is there, and then after issue, these securities will be traded on stock exchange. Besides that, permitted securities which are not listed but may be allowed by the stock exchange to be traded on the stock exchange. Around 15 stock exchanges are there in India, but effectively most of the trade, it takes place at two exchanges, NSE and BSE, National Stock Exchange and Bombay Stock Exchange. So briefly we can do these exchanges. The national level exchange, National Stock Exchange, It was incorporated in 1992, but effectively it started functioning from 1994. See, this was the first exchange which used fully automated trading system. This is called NEAT, NSE, fully automated trading, right? It is ringless. Before establishment of NSE, the floor-based trading was there at stock exchanges. At BSE also, floor-based trading open outcry system was there, where physical presence of buyers and sellers, it was necessary. Brokers used to trade there using various symbols from hands. So floor-based trading was there, but at NSE, for the first time, completely computerized trading system, it was started, and that system was national. That means at any place in the country, if a person is sitting, it can log into NSE system and can trade on NSE, right? So it is ringless, it is national, it is fully computerized stock exchange. It used satellite communication system for trading. It is order driven market. Whenever you place the order is fed in the computer system, computer network of NSE. Matching order is found, and as soon as the matching order is found, your trade is executed. So it is order driven market. Earlier code driven market was there, but now order driven markets, they are there. Trading is fully automated, transparent, objective, and fair. Computerized trading is there. Completely transparent system is there. NSE has rolling settlement of T plus 2. Earlier fixed settlement period was there. That means whenever trade is executed, trade transaction takes place. After that, on a fixed day, trading used to be there. But now rolling settlement system is there. Rolling settlement mein whenever trade is there, within 2 days, the trade is executed. So in fixed settlement period, suppose trade is to be settled on Friday. So whether transaction is on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, all trades used to be, all transactions used to be settled on one fixed day, that is Friday. It used to take time, but now, yes, we were talking about the rolling settlement system. Under rolling settlement system, on T plus 2 basis, on whichever day the trade is there. Suppose trade is on Monday, then within 2 days, that means by Wednesday, the trade will be executed. If trade is on Tuesday, then by Thursday, it will be executed. So it ensures speedy settlement of all the trades. All trades are guaranteed by National Securities Clearing Corporation, which provides counterparty default guarantee. This we did in uh, derivatives also. Uh, the index of 50 shares, Nifty 50. This is widely used index. This is created on international standards, on the basis of international standards, and this is widely used index, right? This is the only stock exchange which started as a company since inception. Before this, the stock exchanges used to be created like mutuals, like cooperatives, simply speaking. But NSE was the first exchange which was started as a company from inception. After that, all the stock exchanges in India are now demutualized. That means all work as companies, right? Then another stock exchange is Bombay Stock Exchange. Bombay Stock Exchange is oldest stock exchange. This was the first stock exchange of Asia. In 1875, it was established. I have already explained that it used to follow open outcry floor trading system. But after establishment of NSE, BSE also shifted to online trading system. BSE online trading system is called BOLT, Bombay Online Trading System. right? It is also now completely order driven market. The famous index of BSE is Sensex, which was started in 1986 with base year 78, 79 and base value 100, right? BSE is also demutualized entity now. For small and medium enterprises, now separate exchanges there. BSE has obtained ISO 9001 certification. This also provides all the facilities which are provided by NSE. On the basis of listed companies, BSE is the biggest exchange. More than 5,500 companies, these are listed on Bombay Stock Exchange. On NSE, around 2,000 companies, they are there. But on the basis of turnover, NSE is the largest exchange, right? Regarding market participants, these are the market participants. So small subtopic is there on market intermediaries. We can quickly do some market intermediaries. Merchant bankers are there. These assist companies in raising funds. So whenever issue is there, IPO is there, compulsorily as per SEBI guidelines, merchant bankers are to be appointed depending upon the size of the issue. Number of merchant bankers are appointed. The task is from drafting of prospectus till allotment. In every activity, merchant bankers, they help the company, right? Now, number of merchant bankers are there. So to coordinate their activities, some are appointed as lead managers who coordinate activities of different merchant bankers. Registrar to issue must be appointed. The basic purpose is to collect applications from the investors, uh, receive application money. If refund is to be there, then check that. Then share transfer agents are there who are holders of the securities on behalf of the company. Custodian, this term we use mainly in case of mutual funds. Custodian holds securities on behalf of mutual funds. Mutual fund invest unit holders money in different securities. So all the securities are held by custodian. Bankers to issue at the time of IPO, FPO, scheduled banks, these are entrusted with different activities relating to money. So these bankers, they are there. Underwriters, you know the minimum subscription clause in case of public issue. Minimum subscription of 90% is to be there. If under subscription is there, then underwriters, they give the undertaking that they will be buying specified number of shares. So in the event of shortfall in subscription, underwriters may be called. Then debenture trustees, these are there to take care of interest of the debenture holders. Depositories, this is important, as per you should prepare a short note. Separate question may be there on depository. You know that now scriptless trading is there in the market. That means share certificates are not issued in physical form. All trading is in demat form. If you have to enter the stock market, you must open demat account. Online trading is there, physical certificates are not there. So a depository is an institution which changes, which converts physical certificates into electronic certificates, and all electronic trading, it takes place through depositories. Besides depositories, depository participants are there which are directly connected to the investors. Two depositories are there in India, NSDL and CDSL, and number of depository participants, they are there. These are basically banks and financial institutions who act as intermediary between these depositories and investors. Asset management companies, they design various schemes of the mutual funds. On this also prepare a short note. Then suppose retail investors or other investors, they are finding it difficult to design their portfolio. They can take services of portfolio managers. For small investors, it is difficult. But for bulk investors, portfolio managers are appointed. And these are also governed by SEBI Portfolio Managers Regulations 1993. So these are also registered participants. Then brokers and sub-brokers, these are again registered members of the stock exchange. if you have to trade on stock exchange, you usually trade through brokers. Though direct trading is also possible, but usually we trade through brokers, and under brokers, sub brokers, they also work. Then mutual funds are there, credit rating agencies are there, stock exchanges are there. We have already done in detail these intermediaries. Stock exchanges we have covered in this topic. How trading takes place? Starting from the primary market. Primary market, the purpose is to raise funds. Now, different ways are there. One, public issue. That means issue through prospectus. Prospectus is designed by the company, public company can go for public issue, invite subscription from the public. If it is done at a fixed price, that is, price is fixed in advance, and at that price securities are being offered to the public. This is known as public issue at fixed price. But another method is available, that is book building process, where issue price is not fixed in advance. Issue price is fixed later on. You just decide how much money you have to raise. You provide a price range, floor price and cap price, that is minimum and maximum price. You invite bids from the public, and on the basis of these bids, you decide at what price these securities will be issued. So if prices are not decided in advance, this is known as book building process. You can use this in IPO and FPO. Quickly, the difference between fixed price issue, where price is known in advance, right? How many shares are to be issued, at what price these are to be issued, this is known in advance. And demand, how many securities are demanded by the public, this you come to know only after closure of the issue. Whether it is oversubscribed or undersubscribed, only after closure you will come to know. In book building, prices decided on the basis of bidding. You just provide the price band, you just tell how much money is to be issued, and then after closure you decide about the price. Demand of the security, this can be checked regularly during the bidding process using the BSE web or NSE website, right? There are some other ways to raise money in the primary market. One is offer for sale. Here, securities are not issued to the public directly. These are given to the merchant bankers, and then merchant bankers issue these to public. So instead of making prospectus, you just prepare offer for sale. This may be used by PSUs at the time of disinvestment, or foreign parent company or holding company may sell its holding through this method. Here, prospectus is not issued. Right issue, all of you know about this. Whenever an existing company issues equity shares, then these are first offered to the existing shareholders. This is called right issue. That means it is the right of the shareholders. They may avail this, they may forfeit this right. Private placement, where you are not going to the public, you are privately placing securities, selling securities to a select group of investors. It may be issued to qualified institutional investors, or it may be issued to promoters. That may be called preferential allotment to promoters. Price to be charged is to be decided on the basis of guidelines of SEBI, right? Now, how to buy? If I have to buy shares in the primary market, how to purchase these shares? Whenever public issue is made, it is intimated to the public through newspapers and other online sources. Application forms are available with stockbrokers and other intermediaries like banks and institutions. Subscription is kept open for specified days, usually 3 to 7 days. You can apply, that means investors can apply through application forms online or offline. Then merchant bankers, after closure of subscription period, they assess the situation. If oversubscription is there, pro rata allotment is made. If under subscription is there, then underwriters are called. Company tries to get 90% of the subscription, and then allotment is made. In case of pro rata allotment, additional money is refunded. In case of secondary market, if I have to buy shares or sell shares, then I will have to locate the broker. On the basis of past record of the broker, I will try to find one which is suitable to me. I will fill client registration form giving all my details, PAN number, Aadhaar number, etc. I will have to open Demat account. Without Demat account, no trading can be there. Then I will have to place the order. Different types of orders can be there. Main two types are market order. In market order, whatever is the prevailing market price, I am ready to execute my order on that. But in limit order, I specify the price limit, right? Suppose I am buying a share, I may say I will not be buying at a price more than 90. That means broker will execute the order only when price is 90 or below. At the time of selling, I may say I will not be selling below 150. So broker will execute the order only when price is 150 or more, right? So market order will be executed, guarantee is there, but limit order may or may not be executed. With limit order, I can specify time also. Like day order, my order is to be executed within a day. In market order, whatever will be the best suitable price on that day, at that the order will be executed. In limit order, it may or may not be performed. If on that particular day my specified price is not there, then the order will lapse. It may be week order, it may be month order, and other types of orders can also be there. Once matching order is found, then execution of order is there. Broker will give me contract note or confirmation slip. That means now my order will be performed. Settlement will be there in T plus 2 days. In some situations, T plus 1 day can also be there. Usually T plus 2 days system is there. Here I am trading through broker, but I can do direct internet trading also. I can open internet account, and through my internet broker directly I can trade in securities. You have to prepare a short note on trading procedure also, right? Now quickly, stock market indices. Index number is nothing but which shows movement of prices over a period of time. So in stock market indices, they show price movement of securities in the stock exchange over a period of time. They basically capture overall price behavior of the equity market. Usually, index is created by selecting a group of stocks which is capable of representing the whole market or a specified segment of the market. This is known as basket of securities, and change in price of this basket of securities, it is measured with reference to a base period, right? So a base period, base index value is taken, and in comparison to that base period, whatever movement in price is there, that is indicated by the stock market index, right? So proper weights must be given at the time of calculation of stock market index. In India, the most used indices are Sensex and Nifty. Sensex is BSE index and Nifty is National Stock Exchange Index, and we say these are barometers of the stock exchange and even barometers of the economy, because economic mood is also depicted by these indices. They show general movement of the market, price behavior in the market. Now, indices may be created using three methods: price weighted, where only weights of prices is considered; equal weighted, where all the shares are weighted equally; or value weighted, where usually on the basis of market capitalization, weights are assigned to prices, right? In India, BSE and NSE indices are created using value weighted index method. That means market capitalization of a share of a company is used as weight, right? We can quickly compare Nifty 50 and Sensex. In Nifty 50, 50 most traded stocks of the NSE, listed on NSE, they are there. In Sensex, 30 most sensitive shares listed on BSE, they are there. Base value for Nifty is 1000, for Sensex 100. Base year In case of Nifty, 1994. In case of Sensex, 1978, 79 is there. Nifty 50 started in 95. Sensex started in 1986. Both are value weighted index which are constituted on free float market capitalization system. Free float means that at the time of calculating market capitalization of the company, freely floating shares are considered. Shares of the promoters, shares of big institutions, government, which are not freely traded on the market, these are not considered, right? This criteria is same in both Nifty and Sensex. Prepare a short note on Nifty and Sensex or Nifty, they are barometers of the economy. Prepare a short note on that. Other indices which are used on BSE and NSE, these are some of the indices.